Peoples, citizens of Chicago specifically, because I'm looking right at you, it is 4 degrees outside currently, give or take math, which I'm not thought enough out to start doing. Businesses are closed and have been since yesterday when the high was 5. The high was 5. The high in the northernmost city of the U.S., Utqiagvik in Alaska, is in the Arctic Circle. It was 25 degrees. Yesterday in Chicago, the high was 5. The high was 5. The low, -9. Not 9, not 0, before 0. -9. Like, you know how you have a degree? Now get rid of it. Now keep going. 9 more times. 9 degrees below the current understanding of 0 degrees. It's not cold, it's different now. You're basically dead. You've crossed over into another existence or lack thereof. Negative numbers come from a void beyond our understanding of nothing. Don't do math. You can't do math anymore. We couldn't do math even if we tried. We're dead now. There is no math, only the void. The average temperature, meaning the temperature that it was the most, kinda, because there's no math in the void, was -4. At least it wasn't -9. It was 5 degrees warmer than that low of 9. So that is a plus, except that it isn't. There is no plus side. Or at least there wasn't until today when it's +4. But that was yesterday when the high was 5. And we're not even talking about the wind chill, which also happens. That hit -35 yesterday at one point. A point some of you remember because you opened the window to see just how cold it really was. Because when you live in the Midwest, cold is a sliding scale and a dare. And you immediately froze your nips into cocktail ice and you laughed a mad laugh because the idea of something that cold beyond your usual January was enough to drive you temporarily insane. I can only relate so much because I do not have nipples, but I am aware of that sudden, zesty, minty York peppermint patty ghost sneeze that ekes through the siding because I didn't seal my windows this January because I'm actively resisting living like I'm hiding out in a safe house in Nebraska. I'm too proud. A wind chill is, quote, what the air temperature feels like to the human skin due to the combination of cold temperatures and winds blowing on exposed skin. So take that cold that it was yesterday in Chicago with a high colder than the Arctic Circle and then blow more of it on you. That is wind chill. And yesterday at one point, the wind chilled the skin neighborhood of -35 degrees. Today, the wind chill is expected to get as low as -10 degrees, and the high is only 4. So humans, people, conscious citizens of Chicago, I ask you, why are you up? Portions of South Central and Southeast Texas will and are currently experiencing, quote, significant icing, which sounds delicious. That is actually the exact amount of icing I require on my cakes, and I ask for it specifically. But this is sky icing, the real deal. The kind you find in a boss fight in a video game, accumulating, quote, between 1/10 and 3/10 of an inch, and that's in South Texas. In Illinois, where we lay our scene currently, we are under a cold weather alert with COLD in all caps. In fact, according to the National Weather Service, over 144 million people are under a winter storm warning, like as in threat of a winter storm, like as in conditions are hyped for one, they're horny for one, not just a casual concept of maybe inconvenience, nay. That's like a king's guard took to the mountain and saw some shit. My lord, the storm is moving east with snow to Wichita, Kansas, Cincinnati, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia. Freezing rain will likely be by sunrise in Houston, Memphis, Atlanta, and Raleigh. What of New Mexico and the Carolinas? Yea, my lord! The storm shall cover a massive part of the country. 'Tis stretching from New Mexico to the Carolinas. But where will the people go? Turns out no fucking where. More than 9,000 flights have been canceled. Sunday was predicted by meteorologists, aviation trackers, and that one witch they keep in the basement of the NWS to be, quote, one of the days with the most weather-related flight cancellations in U.S. aviation history. And the trees are exploding. According to a viral social media post, which makes sense because it's fucking sick. Quote, exploding trees are possible in the Midwest and northern plains on Friday and Saturday as temperatures are forecasted to fall 20 degrees below zero. That was coming from Max Velocity, who is, quote, a degreed meteorologist and a weather-based content creator. And cool, I remember my first beer, but who am I to judge? I'm not a scientist, I'm just fucking cold. If a tree explodes in the forest and there's no one around to hear it, is it not still clickbait? Lest you sleep on it. According to Bill McNee, who's a forest health specialist from Wisconsin, trees do kind of explode, kind of. It's all because trees are filled with sap. And when it gets cold enough to impress Mr. Freeze, the sap can actually chill to a frozen state, causing it to expand and pop the sides of the tree, making a sound that, quote, can sound like an explosion. Basically, when the weather starts acting like an extra in Day After Tomorrow, the goo in the tree can turn into a freezy pop and it's just as sweet, but it gets rigid when cold. All of you know this experience because you went outside to get here. And you know that moment when the wind hits you after you've been inside all day, and there's like a sec where you figure, oh shit, I don't think I'm gonna survive this. So you get hard, but not in a fun way. Like if you hold still enough, the wind is gonna miss you like it's a T-Rex, but it isn't, you're just cold now. When that shit gets rigid, it stands arm to arm like teenagers on a fucking bus when school lets out and you're like, just fucking sit down! Taking up more space, expanding the liquid until whatever it's in cracks, which in this case is the fucking trees. So I ask you again, humans, why are you up? The cold is enough to make Jake Gyllenhaal and Dennis Quaid nervous. The snow is coming to Texas. The sky is shutting down and the trees are exploding. That is not a weather report. That's in the Bible. That is not a forecast. That is a wizard's curse. And you're out here just fucking existing when you should be huddling, cowering neath the unholy gaze of whatever Lovecraftian ice god is having a diva moment right now. The gales of winter roaring its dominance over all of us till the fucking forests burst. And you're like, fuck it, I got a new fleece from Target. Let's take it for a spin. Who the hell do you think you are? And I hear you, some of us got work. I know I am currently at work, but is it worth it? Is the money the reason or is it pride? As for the rest of you, why are you up? Why are you out? The entire hemisphere is having a snow day right now. Did you learn nothing from grade school? Did you not hug the TV back in the day watching cable news crawlers for school closings like you're waiting for news from the front like your husband went off to war, leaving you at home to tend to the family farm? What word from Oskaloosa County? Will school be canceled tomorrow? Will we have freedom to watch cartoons? There's perfectly reasonable apartments and homes that you all have that we could be at right now, bundled in onesies, cranking the fattest dork in preparation for a Lord of the Rings rewatch. Extended edition, with intermissions all available to stream. Making as much mac and cheese as you can. Enough to give yourself a spa treatment in it. Just a full-on mac and cheese facial in Lord of the Rings. For it is the one noodle in trilogy that rules them all. That could be us, but we're not there. We are here. So I ask you humans, are you here for the booze? Are you here for the news? Are you not entertained? I am not asking because I don't know. I am asking because I want to make sure you know. I am asking because I want you to remember that you are not going to let this shit stop you from getting out and getting after it. Humans, the world is your marshmallow and it's a marshmallow world in the winter. Hear those sleigh bells jingling? Jing, jing, jing-a-ling, fucking do. The weather outside is frightful. We got nowhere to go. Let it snow. Let it go. Let it fucking go. The cold never bothered you anyway. You're tough. You're strong enough to pop a tree yourself. You don't need sub-zero temperatures. So humans, remember that as it gets darker, as the world gets colder, you are made of tough shit, burning at 98 fucking degrees. So fuck the snow. Fuck the bluster, fuck the wind, and above all, fuck ice. I love you. Good night.
Chad. The bird! Greenville! Bird, the realist. And you guys, I must tell you, again, this show turned 16 years old yesterday, and when people did not know who or what we were or what this was about, the audience that started to come around for us came around because there was this insane, hilarious, brilliant puppet who was there literally every week. And
Nailed it.